Hi, this is Damien from McLeod Accessories. We're the official Australian Shoei distributors, and I'm here to talk about the new Shoei X-Spirit III helmet. This is an incredible race helmet. It's been designed in conjunction with Mark Marquez and the GP riders like Bradley Smith to create a very, very stable helmet, very, very safe helmet, and a whole lot of ventilation, performance and comfort and hold for high-speed riding, which strangely enough actually makes it a fantastic road helmet as well. But I'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. To start off on the outside, you can see it's very aerodynamically shaped. You've got a large big wing on the back here. Huge amount of ventilation goes through this helmet, but it's very, very stable. I've actually been myself to see the testing of this in Shoei's own wind tunnel facility. They've got a multi-million-dollar wind tunnel facility that they test all their helmets through. They test for ventilation, shell shapes, wind drag, lift, all of those things, everything's tested. And the stability coming off the back of this helmet is absolutely incredible. The air stays stable for a good metre behind the helmet because of the big wings that are on here. So at high speeds, that reduces buffeting, which helps with your vision, helps with wind noise, helps with a lot of things. So very, very aerodynamic. You can see the helmet's very, very smooth. The visor's integrated into the shell. There's good ventilation through here, but everything's very, very smooth, so it cuts through the air really well. The shell itself is made out of AIM Plus material, so Shoei's advanced integrated matrix. It's a combination of fiberglass and Shoei organic fibers. It's a 6-layer shell, so very, very lightweight and very, very strong, designed to dissipate huge impact forces across the outside of the shell, and that allows your EPS shock absorbing foam on the inside, your impact absorbing foam, to be softer and absorb those impacts, thus slowing down the time that the impact's there. So Shoei quality, all handmade in Japan. All of Shoei helmets are handmade in Japan, and they've got 2 factories over there. Even the materials going into the shell and into the inside are actually sourced in Japan specifically for the helmets. So very, very safe. We look at the aerodynamics of this. You can see that on the top here, ventilation-wise, there's a big air scoop here. You've also got a smaller vent here for when you're riding upright. When you get down behind that screen, that's the one that really works. The airflow comes off the screen into here and flows through the channeled ventilation system. Inside on the EPS foam absorbent liner, you've got 2 different layers. There's a softer layer on the inside and a hard layer on the outside. And there's channels between that. So when your airflow goes in there, it actually flows through a much, much larger area of the shell and draws out through the back here because it goes through those channels. Now, the benefit of that is, one, you get great airflow, but the second thing is it reduces the wind noise because it's going through those layers. So usually when you have a helmet that's got a lot of ventilation, you get more wind noise. With this, because of the aerodynamics and the design and the time that Shoei have taken in the wind tunnel, it's a very, very quiet helmet to wear and very, very comfortable. So great street helmet as well. On the front here, we've got a top vent that blows air up onto the inside of the visor to help with defogging. But on the bottom here, when you open this little lever and you see one little tiny hole here, that's a world first system where it's actually a cheek pad cooling system as well. So Shoei have obviously had helmets that get ventilation over the top of the helmet and draw air out through the top, but this is the world first with a system where it flows air into the back of the cheek pad and keeps your cheeks cool as well. So fantastic ventilation. Visor system, because this is a race helmet, Shoei have got the CWRF, and F stands for flat. CWRF visor fits onto this one. It's a flat visor with tear-off pins on the outside, so you can put your tear-offs off and take them off. Comes standard with a clear. We've got a dark tin here at the moment. Also integrates with the Pinlock anti-fog film system, which goes on the inside of the visor. Now you'll see on, if you have a look at these, there's a ridge at the bottom and a ridge at the top, which makes the visor very stiff, and the Pinlock fits between those ridges and is held in with the little Pinlock pins which are on the inside of the tear-off posts. Closing the visor, you close it down, lock it like that, and then on the X-Spirit III, it's got an additional lock where you push a little tab up and lock the visor closed so it can't be opened. Obviously, if you're in racing, that's a good thing. But it's still got the detent there. You can crack it open a little bit, which helps with defogging as well. On the sides of the CWRF visor, which is only on the X-Spirit III, you've also got little Vortex Generators. And we're talking to the guys at Shoei, and they're saying they've got a 12% reduction in wind noise just by adding these little generators here, which provide a little bit of smooth turbulence around off the sides of the helmet and reduce wind noise. It's quite incredible. Another world first for the X-Spirit III is it's the only helmet in the world to have a rotating internal liner. So normally you're in a normal riding position, you put your helmet on, it's sitting there just above your eyebrows, and you ride around, and that's great. When you're in a racer's crouch, and you see Marc Marquez at the start of a race, you'll see his helmet's up here. The inside of the Shoei X-Spirit III liner rotates by pressing down on the backs of the cheek pads, and it rotates the helmet back 4 degrees on your head. So when you're doing race days, track days or whatever, you rotate the liner. You can rotate the interior liner at the back here as well by just rotating it around 2 tabs. So that means that the whole liner has now rotated back 4 degrees, so that when you're in a racer's crouch, you get incredible vision. You can look through corners, etc. When you ride down, want to ride home again, clip, clip, and it's back to standard. So fantastic innovation for that. The other thing about the interior liner on this, and I might just pop this one out, is that every single part of the liner is removable, replaceable, and fully customizable. So we'll pull this liner out of this brand new helmet here, and you'll see it's 3-dimensionally shaped with the ventilation channels going through there to flow the air, but each section is Velcroed together. So you can actually separate the sides, the front section, and we have in stock and available different thicknesses to fully customize any section of your liner that you want. Fully replaceable, all ready to go. Inside on the cheek pads, you've got 3-dimensionally shaped cheek pads that provide incredible hold for the helmet. So you'll see on the bottom of the cheek pad here, it's nice and thick and plush. On the top section, it's actually quite thin and firm. The reason for that is if you're riding at high speed, if you've got big thick cheek pads on your helmet, it'll just squash, it'll move around and squash. You can see being 3-dimensionally shaped, it actually fits and cups and holds on your face, seals in underneath to reduce wind noise, but it holds on your cheekbones so that the helmet doesn't squash back and vibrate and move around at high speed. The X-Spirit III is also, like all the other Shoeis, has a little recess in here, so if you wear glasses you don't get pressure on there. And it's actually ready to go for intercoms as well. Small removable little tab on the inside, little foam piece comes out, and you've got an open ear recess to fit your intercom. So as far as this helmet goes, it's made to be the ultimate performance race helmet, but it's actually adaptable for the street as well. Very, very quiet because of the fantastic aerodynamics, very safe, very comfortable, and fantastic road helmet as well. Thanks for your time.